Welcome to the kitchen of chaos! This is lamb. I wasn't going to videotape this, but then I decided to. This is a leg of lamb. This is a lamb shank. This is another leg of lamb. Organic, free-range, lightly killed. If you can help it. So we took a thin knife and stuck a bunch of holes in them, and then slivered garlic cloves all over both sides, and then salt and pepper on the outside, and then a rub of fresh rosemary, fresh lemon thyme, and garlic, and olive oil, and a little bit of this, which is a hippie organic spice that just has a bunch of stuff in it. What does it have in it? Onion, paprika, chili pepper, cumin, garlic, jalapeno, coriander, red pepper, oregano, and lemon oil. So anything like that. And then we're going to let this marinate in, oh yes, rubbed them in lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, and salt and pepper, and then put the rub on it. And then we're going to let them sit in the fridge for as long as it takes to get to the other place where we're going to cook it. And then we're also going to do some crushed red potatoes and chives and Irish cheddar and some other things. So see you there. Alright, so I thought for one of them we'd do a glaze. This is apricot preserves and some organic mint. I'm just going to chop this up roughly. And then we're going to put that in with this and let it kind of steep for a while, maybe a little bit of honey in there. And then we'll use that as a glaze on one of the lamb roasts. Alright, so we got that in there. And I'm going to put some honey in there.
You put it in here?
And I think a little bit of tang, because it's probably going to be pretty sweet. So this is some rice vinegar.
Look, he's there. Daddy, look there.
And then we'll see what that tastes like.
Because there's a paradigm.
Alright. I'll let that simmer for a while. This is the lamb. It's been sort of marinating in the vinaigrette kind of thing. And it's going into a 400-degree preheated oven for about half an hour. And then we'll turn it down.
And I can't remember his name.
So.
Are we a happy girl now?
30 minutes. We'll see you then. Alright, this is for the potatoes. They're just red potatoes. And just pretend like I washed these. That's 10 pounds, I think. Yeah, 10 pounds of potatoes, red potatoes. We're just going to boil them today and then crush them lightly, and then sprinkle some chives and some Irish Dubliner cheese on there. I thought that might be good. And some bacon fat, because that's always good. So we're going to get these going while the lamb is started. So just need to cover the potatoes and then put them on covered. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes at 400. That is starting to look very delicious. And that one. And these guys, let's see. That one in the back is starting to look dark and the one in front isn't, so I'm going to turn them around. Even though it's on convection, it still doesn't quite get even. The one that's closer to the fan gets done better. So what's going on here? Potatoes are close to boiling. This glaze is
Exactly 3 months before your
steeped and it smells good.
I'm already 19.
And I got some water over here for broccoli. So continue on. This is Irish cheddar Dubliner cheese. We're going to shred it for the potatoes.
So now you don't have that door.
After I cut it smaller because it won't fit in there with
You
this
just have one.
in this size. So now I'm going to cut it smaller. Take two. Now I've subdivided the cheese to the appropriate size, which sort of defeats the purpose of having the machine in the first place. However, it works pretty well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, it smells good. You want some cheese? Alright, so this has been in there for 30 minutes at 400. So now I'm going to turn it down to about 325. And do the same for these. Sorry. For another about 30 minutes until this says about 125. These are great. Gotta get one.
About the right height.
Alright, so now putting in some water. To keep the juices and the dripping from burning, I believe. We're going to try it and see what happens. It was getting pretty black. Alrighty, so now it's at 125 or so. I'm going to put this glaze on one of these. It's that apricot mint glaze. I'm going to take one of them out at 125 for those who like rare, and I'm going to leave this one and the other one in for about medium rare, hopefully. So maybe get a couple of bastes in before the meat heats up. That thermometer is apparently very inaccurate. Either that or my other one is. So we're going to try that and see what happens when we actually open it up. But let that go for another little while. Just the thing. Alright, so I'm going to drain the juices off of this one that's up to temperature. And then reduce those down while this rests. Cut! Alright, so we're just going to cover this one with tin foil. Let it rest for about 20 or so minutes. And it will actually come up another about 5 degrees or so while it rests. So it should be about rare to medium rare-ish, about 130. And then we're going to reduce this juices with some marsala wine and see if that actually tastes good. And if it doesn't, then I'll just throw it away. That looks so good I have to take a picture. Look at that bubbly little glaze going glazy and bubbly. Delicious. So we're getting close on that. Probably glaze it one more time. And this is the... I put about that much of this horrible cooking wine in there. What is that, about half a bottle or a little bit more?
We'll have a bottle.
And I don't feel like going to the liquor store because that's the only place you can get wine around here. So the only thing you have to be careful with this stuff is it has salt in it. So it might make everything really, really salty if you have already salted the sauce enough. So you can cut it with water or chicken stock or whatever. And then if it's too salty, then you throw it away.